We've got our standard dead bug position. What we're looking for is back of the neck in the floor, T-spine in the floor, low back in the floor, tailbone in the floor. Now we want to challenge your ability to keep that low back down by slowly bringing an arm over your head. The first position was your right hand. So we're going to hold that right shoulder extended, thus gently trying to pull that low back up. But because we're so well mentally conditioned athletes, we're going to keep that back down in the ground. Now as you hold and maintain that, we're going to challenge your pelvis a little bit, especially a little bit of pelvic flexibility as well as hamstring flexibility. We're slowly going to alternate a hamstring stretch at your leisure. We slowly bring this down, and what you really want to do is feel if your top leg is being pulled down, and do not let that happen. Both legs need to stay locked, so lock your quad, pull your toes back, and slowly alternating these feet. 30 seconds, go ahead and switch hands, and we're going to do the exact same thing from a left extension of the shoulder. Now as we're slowly alternating these feet, a couple of things that definitely do happen that we want to go ahead and work out of. Keep alternating those feet. Oftentimes the athlete will excessively externally rotate that femur, so we want to go ahead and try to fix that. So internally rotate that, and the other option is if it does not externally rotate, it will abduct and it'll move outside of that narrow hallway. So we want to try to keep it within a very narrow hallway of your hips. Still alternating those legs for 30 seconds, so slowly bring that down, slowly bring it back up. At the 30-second beep, we're going to go with both arms overhead. It's a significantly more difficult position to keep the low back down, but that should be our main focus, is both hands on the floor below shoulder height. Get them down, hold that sucker, and slowly alternating those feet. Really concentrating on making sure that we have a glass of water bouncing on the bottom of your shoe. Keep those legs locked. Continue to work through a slow challenge of your hamstring flexibility, a slow challenge of your ability to keep that low back down. Alright, what we're looking for is a scapular depression. What we're going to do is 6 scapular depressions. 1, there's a 2, try to think about extending that neck, think about the top of the head going vertical. So you almost want to think of this as a turtle poking his head out of the shell. We're going to go 6 of those, hold the top of the 6th, and then smooth pull up to clear out of there. What we're looking for is just retraction and depression of the shoulder blades. So the very first portion is scapular depression, depressing the shoulder blades 6 times, hold the top of the 6th, and then we want to go ahead and move into the tallest, prettiest posture we can possibly achieve on a vertical pull. You have 4 rounds of that. 6 scapular depressions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold this. Now no momentum, smooth pull, 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 big broad chest, slowly working that back down, and one more time. 1, 2. If you're watching from the side, from this position, we should not be able to see the athlete's ear. There should be a vertical line going straight up, big, tall, pretty posture, and clear. All right, out of our streamlined position, we're going to try to line up the athlete. So bring your feet back just a little bit, and we've got the ankle bones, the knees, the hip, the spine, the neck, ear, top of the head, and this top hand all the way on that line. Once we've established that, we want to see if the athlete has any pre-existing conditions. If they have knee problems, keep their feet stacked. Thus, we can prevent that extra 10 degrees of adduction. If she doesn't have any problems, we're going to go ahead and bend the bottom knee, so thus we can achieve just a little bit of extra adduction, a little bit of range of motion over there. Now the athlete will set up behind, so now it's the athlete's responsibility. We're going to go ahead and go through this. We've got orthopedically sound, open communication. We want to make sure that there's no twisting. We want to make sure that there is no pointing the toe up or the knee up. We want to stay on that true sideline, that true functional sideline. From here, we want to see, without any resistance, how much range of motion you have. Establish that. We want to lift that up. Now, at that point in time, the therapist will take a look and say you're externally rotating too much, you're going forward too much, anything, any corrective exercises you want to make. Go back down on your own, and let's see that notch again. We want to try to establish that programming right off the bat. And so now we've got 3 perfect reps, and do that one more time for us, and bring it back down. All right, now at this point in time, the open communication, you let Craig know you're ready, he'll let you know he's ready, and we're ready to go ahead and get after it. So we want to hold this up. Now protect that line right there, and you're going to try to keep the distance between your knees apart. Keep it apart, and your partner up top is going to go ahead and push you down, not allowing you to achieve that. The whole time we want to maintain that line, Make sure that we are trying to push your legs up and your bottom leg down, thus protecting the distance between those knees. Hold that up. We'll do 4 reps, and then we're going to flip around. We're going to do 4 reps on the opposite side. That was number 3. We've got number 4. Therapist or the athlete should maintain that the knees don't externally rotate. They want to try to stay in that neutral hip position. Roll over, and let's see the other side. Same exact thing. Let's reestablish that line. Go through the same exact checklist. Now, once that checklist is cleared, go ahead and give your partner a thumbs up if you're ready, and we're ready to rock and roll. Hold this position, and big fight. Make sure that we are not excessively bending from this hip flexor line. So this needs to stay rolled over, so thus they do not allow the athlete, their partner, their fellow teammate to pull from the hip flexor. Again, 4 on the right, 4 on the left, and then we're going to switch roles. All right, we got some super quick feet, super quick feet, super quick feet. What we're looking for is 0 movement, like a duck on a pond. From the hips up, no movement. From the feet down, we've got super, super fast. And pause for a brief second. And we can do the same exact thing. We want to keep a narrow base. Hands are out in front of you. We're going to lock those elbows. And from this position, Craig is going to try to do the exact same thing. Maggie's going to try to resist a little bit of torque right to left. Go! And she's gently pressing to the right and allowing him to fix that. Use musculature to protect that position. And then a little bit of pressure to the left. And then we're going to allow the athlete to fix that. While the whole time we want to try to maintain a good cadence, a good rhythm of super, super, super fast. All right, we've got some scissors. We've got a long, narrow base, and we want to try to shoot these really fast. Once you're comfortable with the athlete doing these in this rhythm, pause for me, Maggie. Now we want to try to go 3 as fast as you can. 1, 2, 3, pause, and then 1, 2, 3, pause. And then 1, 2, 3, pause. Beautiful. Now, try to go for 5. Start with your feet split. Start with your feet split and go 5. Super fast. Go. Beautiful, but it's got to go faster. There we go. Beautiful, and then pause. Try to go 7s. Super fast, super fast. 6, 7. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And notice the judo chop hand. And Claire, when you're comfortable with that, you're going to be back in, and we're going to offer a little bit of friendly, manually resisted quick feet. And same exact thing. There's your beep. Go! And super quick. Now, same exact principle. Craig's going to apply a little bit of pressure. The majority of the pressure should be right to left or left to right. And what we're trying to do is catch them in mid-foot switch, thus getting the athlete's feet back on the ground, challenging that midsection. Really less concerned about challenging the feet, more concerned about challenging the midsection. You can accomplish that by keeping the arms straight, tall, pretty posture, suck that belly button in, and don't let them take away your posture. Clear? Got swivels. What we're looking for is a good rhythmic twisting of the hips, and pause for me, Craig. Now, once your athlete is comfortable with that, we're going to try to keep them on odd numbers. Let's do 7s. 7 fast. Beautiful. And then let's try to do 11s. Beautiful. Now, once the athlete's comfortable with that, we're going to offer just a little bit of friendly, manually resisted. So the arms out in front. Notice this is by far the hardest one of them all because the athlete shouldn't be rotating their torso. And we're going to provide just a little bit of extra stress. Ready, set, go. So again, the majority of the tension should be right to left or left to right. The athlete is in a good athletic base, twisting and swiveling those hips. Now, we tell the athletes all the time, change the height of these. They can either stand straight up, they can get low into a deep squat, anything they can to give the athlete a good lumbo-pelvic rhythm. Concentrating on super fast whenever you decide to go. Swivel, 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 pause. Swivel, 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 pause. And clear.